Good evening, viewers, and welcome to the Atabulan Stadium for this matchup, the first matchup for W.Connection and Caledonia AIA in the 2015, in the year of 2015, in the 2014-2015 Pro League season. W.Connection in their all green kits, while the men of Caledonia in their all red outfits and I think it's navy socks. With me this evening is George Matheson. George.
Well, Aaron is going to be interested in this game here because with Connection having one game in hand, they are trailing Central FC by 4 points. Central FC has finished off their first round and they have ended on 14 points. Connection actually with a win here and in their final game against Jablote, they have a good chance of finishing top the first round. It's going to be interesting because Connection, they are minus a lot of their top players, but they started the 2014-2015 season a bit slow, but coming to the end of before the Christmas break, they really took up some form, and it's going to be interesting to see the stint they had in Suriname, how beneficial that will be to the team, because they were actually the only Pro League team that kept on playing during the Christmas break, where the other teams took that break.
Very different looking team for W.Connection, and we knew of W.Connection's depth, but indeed many of their standout players not available here today. Of course, Jovan Jones now playing his trade in Europe. Actually seen Michael Williams sporting the captain's armband as Jamal Williams is on the bench, as well as Jared Williams. One of the remaining players for W.Connection, number 14, Hashim Asia. You think with Hashim Asia, Neil Benjamin Jr., Alvin Jones, Michael Williams, Leslie Joel Russell, they still have a lot of firepower as W.Connection. Oh, here's Asha, opportunity. Here's Neil Benjamin. Here's shot coming in. They're trying to be too powerful on that occasion. Who's Alvin Jones? You know the power in his right foot. His brother, Jovan Jones, is the powerful left footer. Alvin has a really powerful right foot. He showed it on that occasion, but he showed it all the way out of touch for a goal kick. Shallow Jensen there, back with Hashim Asia. Here's Alvin Jones looking in the middle there again there. Cutting inside nicely. W.Connection looking really crisp to start this one, I must say. It's Michael Williams, and that was knowing he was in an offside position, completely leaving that one alone there was Jamil Neptune. Actually, that wasn't Neptune, that was Kyle Bartholomew. W.Connection name synonymous with top caliber football in Trinidad and Tobago for the greater part of a decade. They've won almost every prize you can think to win in Pro League football in Trinidad and Tobago. I believe it's every prize.
They are one of the most the team with the most championships in the Pro League thus far.
And one thing they have been able to do, George, is grow talent.
Definitely.
Every single team in the Pro League, with the exception of probably the police and the defense force, can speak of, and even police and defense force, I'm sure they have many players that came through the W.Connection ranks at the under 13 level, on the 15 level, on the 17 and going up.
Because actually, if you look at Point for their coach actually came from W.Connection. Tose Pacheco, Bartholomew, they all came from. And
if you go,
yes,
if you go to Central FC, if you go, I'm not certain of how many Canadian players from Caledonia actually played
I would think that you can get at least one player on each of the Pro
Yes,
League teams
indeed.
that is from came out of the academy or from the ranks of the professional outfit of W.Connection.
And of course, that's not inclusive of the many players, foreign-based players,
yes,
who came through W.Connection, who actually, a lot of their monetary gain is from the paying of those transfers. So a nice little ball wide here.
That's hidden Tinto making a return to the professional outfit.
Actually seeing Shadow Winchester coming into the stands here. I thought he may have been out of the country, but he's in Trinidad and Tobago. Another one of the standouts for W.Connection. Former Naparima College player. He too is a homegrown Connection player. If you look at the youth leagues, George, so many of the Connection, all of the Connection teams almost are either winning or in the running. You would see other Pro League teams with youth teams that really don't have that type of success, but for W.Connection on all the levels.
You know, I had the opportunity to go to Gilbert Park to do an interview with the W.Connection Academy. And it wouldn't surprise to know, it was a surprise to me actually to know that most of all the players who you see, the Joven Jones, the Winchester, they came out of that academy. And that academy is run by a couple ladies.
Oh, I actually wasn't aware of that.
Yeah. One of the coaches there from Seabra, from the first set of Brazilians to come into the country for Connection. He's also there. But the head coach, I can't recall her name actually. She is the head coach at the academy.
So the ball coming inside, shot coming in. Oh, good save. A very good save as Neil Benjamin Jr. was cheeky on that occasion. But a good hole there by Shimel Luzion. Cream Joseph looking to get that one inside as falling to the boot of Michael Williams here. Here's Tremaine Paul. Neil Benjamin Jr. with a nice little pass. Opportunity for W.Connection and move forward now. That's actually broken up on a poor pass there and a strong tackle coming in after. So whistle, the referee is going to be having a word. Rochelle Johnson there. George, of course, if you look at the age of some of these players, Shiloh Johnson just 19, actually he's 18 years of age. He'll turn 19 this year. So many of these players under the age of 20, just turning 20.
They really focus a lot on youth.
And that's a good shot there. Good, very, very good work by Kyle Bartholomew, but the goalkeeper, Sylvester, up to the task on that occasion. It was straight at him. There's the ball in the middle. Neil Benjamin Jr. Oh, very good break, very good defensive work there, but
yes,
a lot of entertainment. George, just 8.5 minutes going into this one, and already
a lot more entertainment than the first game actually.
First game of a doubleheader, of course. Central FC coming away victorious over Point Forward and Civic FC 3-1. All 4 of those goals were scored in the second half.
And when you look at Connection to see how professional this organization is, you see all the coach, the manager, they always decked off in their suit. You know, where you see some other teams here, the coaches there on the sideline with just maybe a t-shirt on and a track pants. These guys attire themselves real professionally.
It's also evident when they travel as well as a team. Another coach who did that was Russ Russell of Defence Force, but he's no longer.
Exactly. But I would say that the start of under the new coach, they did well because they defeated Jablote by 2-1.
This Connection team, a very young team, but a very experienced team at that. Neil Benjamin Jr. has played in the better part of, I believe, 3 seasons, could be 4. He's just 20 years old. This is a ball inside. Also, the same could be said for Shannon Winchester, I believe, is about 22. He's played all over the world as Winchester. Has also played for the national men's senior team. This is a nice little ball here. Hashim Asia. Oh, Charlotte Johnson in offside position. Of course, the familiar grunts and shouts and screams. From David John Williams. Hashim Asia trying to cut past and being more down there on that occasion, but no foul on Pierre Hinter. Sorry, Hittner. Alvin Jones looking upfield. It's a very speedy Neil Benjamin Jr. Here's Benjamin Jr. looking to get inside. Benjamin Jr. What a pass, and oh! In front of the goal and over the bar. Charlotte Johnson will not be happy with that bit of execution there.
Aaron, Caledonia is also they are in third position at 11 points, and they have played 6 games too, so they have a game in hand. So it's a tight finish with the first 3 teams. Central FC have already played their allotted number of matches, so it's going to be Caledonia and Connection who has a chance here of going to the top.
Well, they'd have to finish with wins. And Neil Benjamin Jr. again. Let's see if he'll pass again. He's passing again. Same thing. Almost the exact same play again. Charlotte Johnson not being able to finish there. Oh, the poor pass and no-look pass on that occasion. Being told by Connection's owner to shoot there. That's such an easy takeaway. You'll never see an easier win of possession there. And that's a nice little ball upfield from Alvin Jones. Headed it back there, breaking up the pass a bit. Good work on that occasion.
But great opportunities there for Connection to have taken the lead.
Quite certain if Charlotte Johnson had a time machine, he would really like to take it and go back and make amends for those 2 opportunities as Alvin Jones here.
But I would think that this is his first big game for Connection, because I mean I can't recall seeing him in the starting lineup for Connection.
Starting in a central attacking position. So
maybe a little butterflies.
Hasia, left-footed shot coming in there, straight into the defender. Will he be able to get there? Yes, he does, as he's met by a man in the form of Elliott, and getting past him quite fancy. And he was actually trying to make a pass there.
Well, definitely, Aaron, a lot more crowd involvement here in this game than the first game.
I think that's the case. Anytime we see any bit of fancy footwork, any bit of mystery or anything of the sort, the crowd tends to get more involved than anything else. Only probably a special goal, probably a penalty from, I'm sorry, not penalty, but a free kick from some ways out, or a volley. But in the nature of Trinidad and Tobago football, we love to see that type of play. And even though we saw 4 goals in the first game, that's the loudest we've heard the crowd today. Tristan Hodge trying to stay in possession here. Doing a good job of that. Finding Hashim Asia. Shot coming in. Oh! Near post going there was Hashim Asia, but the goalkeeper, Louison, was up to the task. Thought for a second with that angle Hashim Asia may have passed, but he's a left-footed player and he took his chances there. Having a near post covered, however, was the goalkeeper for Caledonia AIA. Giorgio is... You actually were speaking of Point Forward and Civic FC. I know they may need to have to import some players, to look to buy possibly some players. But it's never the case with W.Connection. They are not a team known for buying players. They grow their players.
Definitely. There was a time when some of the other coaches were criticizing the connection team for having a lot of foreigners on their team. But of late now we are seeing that it's mostly young Trinidadians who came through the academy, through the ranks of the under 16s and the 17s, who are they're developing.
And this is a pinging shot, oh, Alvin Jones. And there's an opportunity for an attempted bicycle there, but you're seeing the right foot of Alvin Jones that I spoke of earlier. Very deadly right-footed free kick taker is Alvin Jones. And indeed, usually when W.Connection, as we say, buy players, it's internationally. Stefano Rissels. It's also the imports that came from South America. Dimitri Apai last season, a very young, dynamic, attacking player. They don't tend to last very long, but the foundation for W.Connection, players that are on the field this evening are the ones that came through their academies. It's usually the case with their imports as well. They don't really tend to stay very long, as this is an opportunity here for Bartholomew, as actually Michael Williams will get there before him. Remember, the counter argument was that they export so many players, and also with the Caribbean Club Championships, so they need to import a few as well. There's any team in Pro League football that will have the finances to do so, to be W.Connection, based a lot on the purse that have taken home from their Pro League titles, their cup titles. It's broken up. It's Conrad Smith. Pass too strong there. Sylvester will be holding on to that one. It's reached the halfway point in the first half here, Mariner viewers. Pro League action here on Acts 25. You're home for all Pro League action. And honestly, Connection are the only team in the Pro League that we can actually say they have a brand of football. They have a style of football that you can identify with them. Yes, Central FC is a very dynamic attacking team, but not necessarily you'll say that they will play a counter-attacking game, they'll be playing a possession game, they'll be playing a game where the football's going through the air. They do a bit of everything, but Connection, Connection are going to look to stay in possession, get the ball moving on the ground. Only time you really see Connection making a pass in the air is either from a clearance or from a cross.
And if you look at the youth teams, they play similarly,
Very efficient brand of football for them. Sees them always among the leaders in goals scored.
I remember, and one thing to forget, that this club was born out of a Fet Match club, football team.
And I say it's a good thing for Fet matches. It's also the same for the team that's causing havoc in the Super League, Club Sandu.
Yeah. They
were also a Fet match team, and someone came up with the idea to let's take this a bit more seriously and see how far we can make it. And Club Sandu themselves have had the distinction of defeating quite a few Pro League teams
last year.
Yes, indeed.
It's going to be interesting to see if they can, if they will ever join the Pro League.
There's Johnson now. Actually, that was Tristan Hodge. Opportunity for Neil Benjamin Jr. and he's going to convert. Neil Benjamin Jr. opening the scoring in the 27th minute for W.Connection.
We can continue talking about the cohesiveness in the football of W.Connection. Good football, and but taking nothing away from Caledonia. Caledonia is no walkover team, so this game is far from over still. But we are seeing the superiority of the Connection team here. And this is a team minus their stars.
Well, they still have quite a few stars. I think guys like Neil Benjamin Jr., Hashim Asia, Alvin Jones will take offense to you saying that. Lots of football to be played, so you can't really say that they're in a hole as yet. Caledonia AIA, but with the brand of football being displayed by W.Connection here so far, if they can convert on the opportunities, I don't think it'll be a one goal in their favor for very long. I think Benjamin Jr. working with Hashimasi. Back with Benjamin Jr. I already spoke of his speed. Here's his passing ability and letting a lot up there, but he's been a havoc on that right wing thus far, George.
Definitely, and we saw it here again, but again, timely interjection there by the Caledonia player forcing a corner. But I would think that Connection is going to score a couple more goals here before the 90 minutes is up.
They continue playing like this, you can look for a repeat of what we saw against Police FC. Was it 6-1?
I can't recall. I think, yes, either 6 or 7.
I don't think it will be a repeat, but it will be.
No, I don't think it's going to be. I think it was about 6 or 7 against Police.
Yeah, it was 6 for Connection against Police and 7. As this is a shot from Pashimas here, left-footed player. It was 7 for Central against St. Anne's Rangers. This is a ball inside where maybe a bit too strong that it's held on to. Short of defense from John David Williams. This cross inside will be attempted to clear by Alvin Jones there. Here's Hayden Tinto.
I think Hayden Tinto holds his extension of scoring against Mexico when he represented Trinidad and Tobago. Another one of the players that really lost his place on the national team.
It's Conrad Smith.
You know what is amazing when you look at Central FC and Connection. Central FC, very strong team. They have bought a lot of players, but Connection equally as strong, but they are not buying players.
Well, George,
they are producing.
Like you said, they had so many. They were chastised at one point for buying as many internationals as they did, but with good reason. They usually were representing us in the Caribbean football championships, the club football championships. So as a result, they saw the need to have some more experienced players from who would have faced up against different brands of football. This is a ball inside from Tinto. The strong clearance there by Alvin Jones.
So that's the difference between the both teams. Both teams are strong, but one team is buying up all the top players and the other team is producing young players.
This corner coming in, keep a ball there. Opportunity for a counter-attack possibly here. Don't have the numbers with W.Connection. That's a clear foul there on Conrad Smith. And David John Williams getting what he wanted. A card there on the play. I don't think it was a card for the infringement. It was a card for what was said after.
Yeah, that's he's one of the more vocal.
No, George, stop. Not more vocal.
He is.
He is the most vocal
CEO of the entire pro league. You know, he really supports.
Not CEO, George. He's the most vocal human being in Trinidad and Tobago sports.
Yes. But he really supports his team, yeah.
I don't think there's another fan in any sport in Trinidad and Tobago who is as loud.
Yes.
He can be heard from the car park. Car park of another stadium, not just
this. Could you recall they played a game some time back and he was on the other side?
Yes, indeed. Yes. I think it was a final.
Yes.
he went all by himself. Oh, what a thoughtful play there, and that was poor finishing by Shiloh Johnson. You can see, George, that he has some ability.
I was saying he's a bit inexperienced, but I guess he would have played in this series in Suriname. But again, still, he's young in this type of football, I would guess. So, and we need to give him a bit more slack. He's entitled to miss a couple.
Because as I said, he's the youngest player on the field. Not 19, sorry, but 18 years of age, and playing in a central attacking position on what many consider one of the best football teams in Trinidad and Tobago.
If I'm not mistaken, I recall, I think Shannon Winchester actually played for Connection at age 16.
Indeed, he did.
Yes.
Still going to Prima College. This is this could be an opportunity. No, it's not.
Yes, so I recall. So Connection continues to develop young players, and when you look at the foreign players abroad, I think Connection would have the greater amount of players outside.
I was saying about Neil Benjamin Jr. Benjamin Jr. is just 20, and it seems like Neil has been on the team for the past 4 years as well. And you really see how he's been coming into his own. He started off the bench. Now he's a starter, and he's very good in that position. He scored 1 tonight, and he could have assisted on at least 3, but the finishing wasn't there. Here's Tristan Hodge.
But you are seeing the dominance here in Connection here. They are having the majority of ball possession.
And exactly their type of football as Alvin Jones wins this one. Lee Benjamin Jr. is there with Hashim Asia. It's Benjamin Jr. That's Jones right to his right there. Tristan Hodge. And you see Connection Georgia never rushed. They're quite content with going back
into their half and starting all
yes,
over.
Indeed. If they don't like what's going on up front, they'll go back and try to work something out better. And on many occasions, it works well for them.
Now, if you check the number of passes they have put together, and still Caledonia unable to
put together comfortably as Tristan Hodge taking his opportunity there. And this one is another shot coming in and ricocheting off the body of a defender, eventually out of touch for a corner kick there. Shot happy a bit there, W.Connection. Taking some shots from distance, probably thinking Louison is not the tallest of goalkeepers, so they could probably chance him from distance. Corner here now to be taken by Jones. The last 2 he took weren't very good. This one is pretty decent, but it's held on to. Actually dropped there, and it's going to be, oh, what a blunder. What a blunder, and in the right place at the right time. Finally Johnson being able to get something his way. The 18-year-old converting on some poor goalkeeping there.
You are seeing on the Connection bench, it's as if they already, have one hole on that first prize in the first round, because they are celebrating. But again, Caledonia started off a bit competitive, but they have lost that sting that we are seeing here right now. But then again, Connection dominating this first half.
Cali would love to get something back before the end of the first half, win the second half with just possibly a 1-goal disadvantage. Sitting Connection would be quite content with going into the half with that 2-0 cushion, as Tinto breaking that one up. And surprisingly, David John Williams didn't make a lot of noise with that one, but
I think he's a bit quiet and comfortable right now.
Oh, because of the 2-0 advantage.
Yes.
It's currently in the lead is W.Connection. It's the fourth official indicating it's going to be 1 minute.
Too quick.
This one is headed down. 1 minute of additional time to be played at the end of the first half. First half that has been more or less dominated by W.Connection. This is a nicer ball inside, but it's actually straight at the goalkeeper Sylvester. Thought he was looking to put a bit of curl on that one, but it was a direct ball to the goalkeeper, and has been out of touch here. There's Smith trying to control that one, and it's going to be a whistle on the play. This is a ball coming in as it's headed out actually now. Referee is going to be blowing his whistle after this pass, I presume. Ball inside is headed out, and it's going to be the final whistle of the first half.
And that's the end of the first half. W.Connection leading by 2-0. Your closing comments?
Well, George, as we expected for W.Connection, be playing their brand of football all along the ground, all possession, keeping the ball in the opposing team's half the field, and as a result, they have a 2-0 advantage to show for it. The guys from Caledonia will have to go back to the drawing board and really try to find a different plan of attack to this W.Connection team, probably try and win some possession, keep them away from playing their style of football. But this 2-0 advantage would be a tough task for them to come back from. So viewers, do stay tuned for second half action in this matchup. We'll be back in a few.
Welcome back to the Attobolan Stadium as we get set to bring you action in the second half of this match between W.Connection, who are currently in second position, against the third place team, Caledonia AIA. As the end of the first half, Connection showing the quality team that there is, leading by 2 goals. Aaron, welcome back. And what can we expect in the second half? More goals from Connection or a comeback from Caledonia?
I think anything is possible. With W.Connection, they'd be hopeful to maintain their brand of football, their style of football, what has made them successful in the first half. In this one, staying in possession. Hashim Asia moving upfield here, or not being able to gain control of that one, and it's going to be back into the arms of the goalkeeper for Cali. It's a strong tackle there. It was going to be out of touch for a throw in favor of Savanetta boys.
So we still see here Caledonia not being able to create any major concern here against Connection. Connection having a greater percentage-wise possession. We are yet to see anything from Caledonia. Possession-wise, Connection, Aaron, they have had the majority of possession here in this game so far.
It's been the name of the game thus far for both these teams. I mean, the possession has made all of the difference, as Cali hasn't been able to get anything going. They haven't been able to work out a counter-attack. They haven't been able to stay in possession when they get the football. W.Connection have been a team that has mastered that. What's the most impressive thing about looking at W.Connection, George, is that they make the football look so easy, so simple, comfortable.
Simple.
While other teams would struggle to do what they do, and credit to their defense as well. They're a team that always attacking. They are very fit. As you said, they played through the Christmas break, so they didn't have much of an opportunity to take some time off and really recuperate. But they're a very fit team, a very young team, so they have no excuse but to be fit. I think the oldest player is Leslie Joel Russell, who is around 33, 34, somewhere there. But other than that, it's a bunch of youngsters out there.
We think that Connection has the youngest team in the Pro League presently.
So not Leslie Joel Russell. Sylvester is 33, 34. Joel Russell is born same year as Macy, is 25. Certainly, no, George. They don't have the youngest team. It would be St. Anne's Rangers.
Oh, yes. St. Anne's Rangers. Well, we all know why they have the youngest team. Financial issues has caused them to lack of sponsorship.
One good thing, however, is that though they are suffering in the pro league, in the youth leagues, in the younger pro leagues, they have been doing a very good job. So their future could potentially be bright if they're able to keep a core together.
And a good thing about Rangers team is that although the team is at the bottom of the standing, whenever they go out on the field to play, those guys give 100%.
110.
Yeah.
They can be down 4 goals to nil in the first half, and you still see them playing with a lot of energy. This one is wide. Centre field a bit there, looking for Edwards. Strimmy and Shane Paul. Alvin Jones being infringed on that occasion. It's no surprise to see the power in Alvin Jones' right foot. He has the build of a very athletic footballer.
Yes.
Oh, that's a ball. That's a piercing ball. Neil Benjamin Jr. This could be 3. Looking to set someone up again. And it is 3. Neil Benjamin Jr., George.
And you notice the unselfishness.
Very, very. His first thought as the ball came to his feet, it was him and the keeper alone. And his first thought was to look back, set someone up. He did exactly that. And Hashim Asia didn't let him down. That's 3 goals to nil. Also, a lot of credit must be given to the youngster, the 18-year-old. Shiloh Johnson. He made the entry pass that found Neil Benjamin Jr. Neil Benjamin Jr. did a very, very good job at finding Hashim Asia, and Asia found the back of the net. That's 3 goals to nil.
Well, we were saying earlier in the first half, will we see 6 or 7 goals? Well, we already saw 3, and there is still a lot of time available. So it's going to be interesting to see what sort of pressure Connection applies here. But if you are now joining us here at news from the Atobolian Stadium, Connection leading by 3 goals to nil over Caledonia. So I would think that the coaching staff of Connection pretty happy with what they're seeing here. And it just goes to show you, Aaron, that stint that they had during the break where other teams were off, you know, has really, really showed here this evening. And you're seeing how fit this team actually is.
Some broken up there by Tremaine Shane Paul. Neil Benjamin Jr. He could have had a couple more assists, but he's had a goal scored. He's had an assist as well. And it's good for them that they can have young players now at the right age coming into their owners. That's an odd pass there from Tremaine Paul.
And could you recall when the league started how poorly Connection were playing?
Yeah, they came out very lethargic. They came out, and really can't say what it was, but to start the Pro League season, they won the W.Connection that we knew in middle of the pack at a certain point. And poor for them is middle of the pack. But we know it's a very long season. W.Connection themselves could tell you that after the last season. They came out, I believe it was their first 5 games, 15 points, 5 straight victories, and then after that they had a bit of a lull where we saw quite a few draws.
Yes.
This could be an opportunity again. Neil Benjamin Jr., quickest player on the field.
Really
He's coming off field again, looking for a pass here, setting someone up and is
and
safely into the arms of the goalkeepers. This time, able to get his boot on to it was Shiloh Johnson, but not being able to get it past the goalkeeper. Neil Benjamin Jr. again and again, looking to set someone up, George. And it could become predictable, but even if it's predictable tonight, they really haven't been able to stop him moving upfield and setting his teammates up. As Edwards looking wide and slipping there was Hayden Tinto. Having a quarrel with the referee, stating that his jersey was tugged. As we see two new players about to come onto the field for Cali. Number 5 have been Christopher Meha, and then number 18, Treon Bob. So coming off the field is Conrad Smith, and as his replacement is Christopher Meha. And let's see who will be coming off for Bob. On the field is Hayden Tinto. So Bob and Meha in, Tinto and Smith out. Let's see if they'll make any difference for W.Connection, for Caledonia. AIA currently down 3-0. Could something happen here? Good defensive work there by Alvin Jones. Even when they're defending, George, it's so calm.
Yes, we saw it there. That's what I was referring to just now. You see, when you look at both teams, you're seeing how simple connection is on the field, and when you look at Caledonia, you see how they're the team that is hustling.
I think it has a lot to do with a rock solid system in place for W.Connection. One that once you get the players to fit your system, as you see Neil Benjamin Jr., a very unselfish player. I think if he wanted to, he could have been like another player and probably try to score on every chance he gets upfield, but instead of doing so, looking to set someone up. Leslie Joel Russell back to goalkeeper Sylvester. Moving upfield and fringing there is Tremaine Paul. We've seen the first substitution of the game for W.Connection as the number 21 Jamal Williams be coming onto the field shortly. Jamal and Jared on the bench, as well as Kurt Frederick. So still some pretty decent firepower for Connection, some experience as well coming off the bench. Jared, of course, will sported the captain's armband for so long. Hashim Asia upfield a bit there. No, it's not as poor pass. It's going to be Captain Joseph holding on to this one. Here's Benjamin Jr. Moving upfield now. It's Russell. Just looking at his W.Connection team, George, and the only player over the age of 26 on this team is the goalkeeper, Sylvester. Hashim Asia is the only player over the age of 25 other than Sylvester. Everyone else is 25 and under. It also includes the substitutes.
Actually, when you look at to show you how professional this outfit is, Aaron, when you look at the team list, Connection is the only team list that will give you, the ages of the players, so you have stats to work with.
Substitution here is Akil Campbell, who really has had a tough go at it. Coming out here as Jamal Williams coming in as his replacement. Son on a very good corner. If it's one knock-on Connections game this evening is their corner taken. Some will be out of touch for a goal kick. This could be an opportunity here. Shot coming in is Sylvester not having any work to do on that occasion.
You're not seeing any creativity coming from the Cali team.
Two substitutions they made. You really haven't seen any of the substitutes making any of a difference so far.
Where are the players that were substituted? Not
it's
seeing them.
Christopher Meha.
Oh, he's on the ball right now.
He came on, yes, and Treon Bob. Coming onto the field shortly will be Julio Noel. This can be an opportunity. Here's Bartholomew. When back there looking for Neptune, but here's Meha now with Edwards. Edwards wide. Oh, a little opportunity, a little something building here. It's Kareem Joseph. Edwards trying to get the ball inside, but it's cleared out and it's going to be a throw in favor of Cali. Attempted clearance there, not the very best. Nice little interception there by Alvin Jones. Doing a good job of keeping Treon Bob off as well. Edwards. Yep. So it's some 89 minutes of football going here. Still a 3-0 scoreline in favor of W.Connection. More or less the same all game long for them. They're highly productive, highly efficient possession brand of football, George.
I would think that the Connection has done sufficient to win the game, and now they're sort of, you know, I wouldn't say taking the foot off the gas, but they're trying now to just to hear the final whistle, because they have done what they're supposed to do, and we're seeing the fourth official, he's going to indicate time remaining in this game.
He says there's going to be 3 minutes of additional time at the end of the 90. So an inadvertent handball there called on W.Connection is Gerard Williams. Not very happy with that one. Yes, 3 minutes of additional time.
So I would say, Aaron, the game isn't over as yet, but a comprehensive victory here by Connection, and they are well poised now to finish off the first round atop the standings and winning the prize and trophy.
Well, I'm not sure if someone Jablity will agree with that statement. They still have Jablity to beat if they were to do so. That's a swing and a miss there.
For a minute there, after that swing and that miss, he seemed unsure where he was. I mean, no fun intended. It might remind me of the policeman in Bragport kicking down the door and not knowing where he was. But nevertheless, but looking at the form of Jablity right now,
The Jablity, sorry, Caledonia. Oh, the Jablity, yes.
Yeah, Jablity, 4-game losing streak. They will have to come very good to defeat Connection. We've seen some of the supporters haven't seen enough. John Williams, satisfied with his team performance, already leaving. So it's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, the fat lady has already finished her song. W.Connection are going to come away victors in this one. 3-0 scoreline. Not really indicative of how well they have played, and that's, let's say, a lot.
Look how calm these guys control the ball in their defense.
Yeah, never rush, never seeming out of control are the boys from Savanetta. Just a minute of additional time to be played.
Would you say this was an easy victory for them?
Very, very easy.
They made it look easy.
Very, very easy indeed. At no time did they seem to be troubled.
Is this an opportunity for goal number 4? Is there sufficient time?
Certainly enough time, but I don't think W.Connection really too keen to score that fourth one. Oh, are they? Here's Tremaine Paul. Tremaine Paul moving inside very nicely. Very, very nicely. Very, very to the side netting there. Moved up field so efficiently there with Tremaine Shane Paul, but wasn't able to finish as efficiently as he moved into the box. And that is the final whistle in this one.
And as we wrap up here from the Atto Boland Stadium, Aaron, a good match, a good win for Connection. They are still 1 point behind Central FC with a game in hand, so it looks good for them ending the first round.
Indeed it does, and with a win like this they have a lot of momentum going in to the next game against Samoa Jablity, coming off the momentum they had in Suriname after a successful tour over there.
Well,
now starting 2015 with a very good victory against Caledonia.
Well, as we leave you from the Atto Boland Stadium with the news, Connection 3, Caledonia AIA 0. We hope that you will join us as we continue to bring you Pro League football right here on Acceleration Network. Good night.